Oral questions, questions orales. The honourable member for Halifax.
This weekend, we Democrats shared in our country's sadness at the death of Sergeant Doyon. Our thoughts are with his family and friends and his comrades in the Canadian Forces community, and our thoughts are also with the other soldiers injured in this incident. We stand with all Canadians as we reflect on Sergeant Doyon's tragic sacrifice. Mr. Speaker, can the Minister of Defence give us a precise account of what happened this weekend? How did Sergeant Doyon die?
The Honourable Minister of National Defence.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the member from Halifax for her question and her condolences, and I join with all members in expressing our most profound condolences to the family of Sergeant Doyon, his comrades, and we, of course, the other 3 Canadian troops wounded on Friday night are in our thoughts and prayers. Mr. Speaker, this incident was a tragic question of friendly fire resulting from mistaken identity. Our troops followed all of the established protocols that they have for several months in these kinds of training missions. They were well within the rules of engagement of their advice and assist mission to provide training to the Kurdish Peshmerga. Obviously, our operators are ensuring that that steps are taken to ensure that there is no repeat of this tragic incident, and there are 3 investigations that we hope to see the results of very soon.
The honourable member for Halifax.
Depuis le début de cette mission en Irak, le gouvernement cache la vérité aux Canadiens. Au début, on nous parlait d'une mission aérienne et de formation. Or, on découvre que nos militaires sont en première ligne, qu'ils sont ciblés par l'ennemi et qu'il y a des victimes parmi nos troupes. Le Premier ministre doit nous dire la vérité. Combien de militaires canadiens sont présentement en situation de combat en Irak?
Madame la ministre de la Défense nationale.
Monsieur le Président, à nouveau, j'aimerais exprimer nos condoléances sincères à la famille du sergent Doyon, et nous pensons évidemment des 3 autres soldats canadiens qui ont été blessés vendredi soir près d'Erbil. Monsieur le Président, nos soldats sont les professionnels, parmi les meilleurs au monde, et ils ont observé leur mandat d'assistance et conseil auprès des Peshmerga des Kurdes. Malheureusement, l'incident de vendredi soir a été le résultat d'un incident de tyrannie, une erreur de reconnaissance à part des milices kurdes. Nos commandants dans la région, évidemment, font les modifications nécessaires et il y a 3 enquêtes dans l'incident.
L'honourable député de Halifax.
Conservatives have not been transparent about this mission from the start. The women and men of our armed forces, their families, and all Canadians deserve to know the truth. Mr. Speaker, the mandate for this current mission is ending in just a few weeks. The decision about deploying our service people overseas is amongst the most important decisions that we make as parliamentarians. So, can the government tell us when a debate and a vote on a mission extension will occur?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the truth is that Canada believes we have a responsibility, a moral and a national security responsibility to act in the defense of global security, of our own security against this genocidal terrorist organization, ISIL, this death cult that has sought to destroy entire minority communities, that has explicitly declared war on Canada, which is why we have Canadian Special Operations Forces in their advice and assist mission in northern Iraq. It is why we have the Royal Canadian Air Force flying sorties against ISIL positions in Iraq. Mr. Speaker, of course, we believe there is an important ongoing role for Canada to play. If we seek an extension, we obviously will table the motion in this place.